Good morning. Grammar. Right? Grammar means we are not at all going to have a detailed explanation, but we are going to do some essential parts that we have to learn. Okay. So before going to the details of what we are going to learn, I would like to ask a question to you that it's so simple. What do you mean by grammar? What is my grammar? When I'm asking this question, a lot of answers are there in your mind. I know that you may be thinking that the rules, how to write, how to speak, and something like. Okay. So I would like to give a definition to you. It's so simple. Grammar is the science that deals with the correct usage of language, both in conversation and in writing. Grammar is the science that deals with the correct usage of language, both in conversation and in writing. You're okay with this definition? I know very well, but you are slightly confused about the word that I put there, science. What do you mean by the science? If I ask this question to you, you may say that science is just physics, chemistry, biology. No, it's not like that. Okay, yes, physics is the part of science, chemistry too. But if you study anything systematically, that is called science. And grammar, we are studying systematically. You all know that there is a system. Whoever teaches you, you are learning in a particular way, in a systematic way. So grammar is also a science. Okay. So in the this part, firstly, we are going to discuss about the sentence, right? You know what is a sentence? Sentence means it's a group of words. One more condition is there, which makes a complete sense, yeah, meaning. Okay. For example, if I'm saying that I go come Delhi, do you got anything? Even I also don't know what I said. Okay. So that's a group of words, but we are not getting a meaning, a sense from that. So that type of group of words, that type of words or that type of group of words are not at all considered as sentence. But if I'm saying that I'm going to Delhi, that means you're getting an idea that I'm going to Delhi, right? If I'm saying that I'm going to London, you're getting an idea that I'm going to London. So when a group of words makes a complete sense, that group of words are known as what? Sentence. Hope do you have any confusion? Okay, we are going further. And you know, and I already told you that sentence, it's a group of words, and these words we are classified into mainly three categories, right? We can look at that one. Words in a sentence are classified into three: subject, object, and verb. Subject, object, and verb. You all know that subject, right? What is subject? Doer of the action. Doer of the action is known as subject. For example, I'm talking here. I am doing the action, right? So I am the subject. Okay. So doer of the action is known as subject. And the second thing is your object. We can check what is object. Sufferer. Sufferer of the action is known as object. Slightly confused, right? I will illustrate an example. Okay, before that, we would like to go with the next term, that is verb. What is verb? Doing word is known as verb. Okay, come back to subject, object, and verb. First, I said subject. Subject is doer of the action. And second, I said object. Object is the sufferer of the action. And the third one is verb. Verb means doing word. Yeah, doing word is known as a verb. Okay, so I can go with a sentence. Ram killed a snake. All the Indian teachers definitely go with this example only. Ram killed a snake. So who is killing here? Who is doing the work? Ram, right? So Ram is known as the subject. And the next one is object. And I already told you that object means what? Sufferer of the action is known as object. And Ram will not give milk and all the things to snake to kill it, right? Definitely he will torture it. Right? So the pain is suffered by the snake. So snake is known as the object here. And kill, the word killed, it's a doing word, right? Action word. And that is called as verb. So I'm damn sure that you didn't have any confusion in subject, object, and one more thing I would like to say is that It's not a difficult task. Even grade 1 students, 2 students know these things. What is subject, what is object, what is verb. But we are focusing to all. That's the reason we explained all these stuff. Now we have to go further, and we are going to learn something in detail about this subject, and that's what the classification of subjects. These subjects are classified into mainly 3 categories. These are the first person, second person, and the third person. What do you mean by this first person? Or what do you mean by this second person? Or what do you mean by this third person? First person means speaker in a conversation is known as first person. I mean, the person who is speaking is the first person. Okay, any confusion? No. And definitely the second person will be something like this, right? Listener in a conversation is known as second person. And the third person, about whom we are talking. About whom we are talking is known as third person. Okay, so first person speaker, second person listener, third person means about whom we are talking. Okay, with an example, it will be easy for you. For example, I'm talking to you and I'm talking about Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, SRK, right? So I'm talking to you. So I am the first person. You are listening to me. So you are the second person. And I'm talking about SRK, Shah Rukh Khan. So Shah Rukh Khan is the third person. Okay, so let's go with the examples too. First person means I and we. Second person, only one example is the you. Third person, he, she, it, and they. I will repeat. First person, I and we, examples. Second person, you. Third person, he, she, it, and they. Any confusion? No, right? So actually we learned all these things to learn this tense. We want to know what do you mean by this tense, right? What do you mean by tense? The definition of the tense is tense tells the time of the action. What is that? Tense tells the time of the action. So from that one you can understand that when something happened, it's happened, yeah, it's happening, yeah, going to happen. Okay. So in English, these tense are mainly classified into 3, that you can see here: present tense, past tense, and future tense. You know what is present tense, right? What's happening right now is the present tense, and what already happened, that is our past tense, and what is going to happen, that's our future tense. That means we are learning English. I mean, we are studying grammar. It's present tense. We studied past tense. We are going to study, or we will study. That is future tense. Okay. So, do you have any confusion in this matter? Present tense, past tense, future tense. Present tense means what's happening right now. Past tense means what already happened, and future tense is what's going to happen. Okay. Again, we are going to learn more about this present tense. This present tense is classified into 4: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. You can see my screen: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so my suggestion is so simple to my listeners. Whenever you are learning this tense, 2 things you have to learn along with that. But the tense, its format and uses, or we can say the rules. That means if you are learning simple present tense, we know that we should have to know that what is the format of the simple present tense, and for what things we are using this. Okay, so let's discuss simple present tense. So the format of this is very simple: subject plus base form of the verb. I will say that subject plus base form of the verb. I write a letter. Subject, I, W-R-I-T-E, write. It's a base form. We didn't say the written, or we didn't say wrote. It's a base form, write. I write a letter. Subject plus base form of the verb. Any confusion? So we learn the format of simple present tense: subject plus base form of the verb. Okay, and there's some confusion, not confusion, we just have an overrule here. If the subject is third person singular, we will add s, es, or ies to the verb. For example, what is a third person? We already learned that about whom we are talking is known as third person, and we also know the examples of third persons, right? He, she, it, and they. And here you can see that when the subject is third person singular, so they is a plural, so we are removing they from that one. If the subject is he, she, it, what we will do? We will put s, es, or ies. We can go with the first example that we took. I write a letter. We can put he there. What will happen? He writes a letter, right? The subject is singular, so we have to make the verb also singular. That's why we are adding s, es, or ies. So when the subject is third person singular, we will add s, es, or ies to the verb. Hope you are clear with this, right? Okay. So if you are like clear, so we can go with the rules, the uses for what things we are using this tense. The first use is that to express a habitual action. Okay, there's a problem here. To express a habitual action. What do you mean by habitual action? That means if you are doing something daily, that's called habitual action. My father goes for a walk every day. So whenever you want to express a habitual action, you have to use which tense? Simple present tense. Whenever you want to say something which is a habitual action or happening daily, that things you have to say in simple present tense. Okay. And the second use of this one is to express a general truth. The sun rises in the east. It's a truth, right? Like that. If you want to express a general truth, then also we will use simple present tense. Okay. So come back to tense. Tense are classified into three: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Again, this present tense are classified into four: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect, and present perfect continuous tense. Okay, and we are going to learn about the simple present tense. Simple present tense, you can see the format here: subject plus base form of the verb, and when the subject is third person singular, we will add s, es, or ies to the verb. And what are the uses? For what purpose we are using this tense? The uses is that to express a habitual action and to express a general truth. Have any confusion? Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to wind up here. So on the next part, we will learn present continuous tense, present perfect, present perfect continuous tense. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Have a nice day.